What is Alina doing in Warsaw? You left. She looked like she had had enough of many people, and this whole Garou culture was getting over her. Or was it her Garou nature that couldn't cope with her own Garou nature? Or how did she find herself arriving in Warsaw for that year of studies?
She was full up with how the Garou society works and how they fight each other when they should fight the war. And second, about Alina's incapabilities, because she was ready to give her life up for the spirit world, but still she wasn't even able to do that. And she couldn't do anything to save her friends or Bison or to do anything. So, beaten by many and herself, she goes to Warsaw for the studies. But even though the studies was a dream, now it was just an excuse. She will enroll to the school, but at first she's not gonna attend or anything. She's gonna be mostly drinking her problems down, because this is the only way that she saw other people doing. Her own father, that probably is not her father, was doing the same thing. Because she had also this news drop down on her, that she has another father that probably was also responsible for her mother's death, and her grandma did nothing about it and kept it a secret all these years. So she's disappointed with everything and everyone. She's just gonna drink and party, and as I was thinking it, because we have to find a way to do to start interpreting the fame to the character. Maybe out of bravery, because this last month of her life, she experienced a very different kind of life, being in the woods, being a wolf, running around, seeing the Umbra. Now she has a lot of, her mind is open, so she's gonna drink a lot, and she's gonna create art based on what she saw in the Umbra or what she can see now in the Umbra, and try to paint nature and surroundings in how a werewolf can see them. And maybe don't go to the art school and don't enroll to the classes, but she does it at home. She goes out a lot, she meets a lot of people, and with the drinking and everything, she can mask her past. And she's a likable person, so she will get known. And she will organize like a big mural creation, but it's gonna be like a very big graffiti. But she wants to dedicate to Gaia, so she's gonna be save the gold, go green, something big, something that will scream of the war. So yes, that was my thoughts about.
Yeah, I think those years, 1989, everywhere, not only in the big cities, but even in mid-sized cities in Poland, and in loads of countries of the communist bloc, there will be riots, upheavals, dissidents, demonstrations, insurrections. People, you know, they would start to get that freedom movement will start to get momentum, and the Soviet army will be having a hard time containing, in a way, containing this flow, this flood. They won't manage. There will not be too much bloodshed. It's the end of the communist story of the 20th century. It sort of ends like in a flop, really. You know, there is no like. Well, it will fall officially. The USSR will fall 2 years later, and Gorbachev will arrive and stuff. But before that, really, before the sign off, there will be loads of countries that are already have turned their back to that utopia. That failed experiment. What do you call hijacked utopia, human project, human experiment that turned into basically a gulag story, right? Pogroms, and they killed many more people than in the Second World War. Many more. Not even, you know, China plus the USSR. It's millions and millions and millions. They don't even know the numbers. People who disappeared. So this is really the end of that era. I think in Poland and Warsaw, this is the next president. Lech Wałęsa was a normal guy, you know, a worker at the shipyards of Gdańsk, on the Baltic Sea. A normal worker with a tongue for politics, and a couple of years later he will become president. And Poland is the spearhead of the anti-communist movement in East Europe. It started in 1981. This is actually a picture of the mid-80s, I think. It's before 1989. That Solidarity movement started way in the early 80s. And he was snuffed. He was... They sent the army, but it didn't work. After years of, they insisted the people, like the story goes, the people got their freedom, and the wall, the fall of the wall was around the corner. So it's this year, it's 1999, and you're in Warsaw, and the youth in you know, the students, the culture is as punk as it can get. Without, of course, the sort of like, yeah, no, I guess it's not London. And I think the heart of punk in the 80s was London, right?
Yeah.
Because they were so bored and voila. So I think that's why I think that's what punk came from. It came from fucking boredom, you know. Because there was no Vietnam, you know, in there, and that generation was wasted on drugs and punk. So, but yeah, Warsaw in the 80s, they had a fight. They had to get out. They had to pierce, you know. And as a Garou, how does that feel? I think she sees, yeah. She sees the Umbra in Warsaw, and that's probably the first time she sees the Umbra so deep in the city, you know, and it's not that pretty, right?
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's dark.
It's very, very dark. There is something particularly dark about Warsaw. It was at the heart of Second World War. World War. There were Jew ghettos there. It was a field of when it was in total ruin after the Second War. The amount, the numbers, the casualties there, are just, it's innumerable. Warsaw was rebuilt after the war and stuff, thanks to the communist effort as well. Loads of things got back, you know. Well, you know. But the Umbra in Warsaw, it's tough. And it's filled with, I think it's a place where the shroud feels weirdly close to your penumbral senses. The shroud is another gauntlet. Is the gauntlet that separates our world with the underworld and the ghosts, the restless. So I think Warsaw Warsaw's gauntlet has a weirdly shroudy quality about it. And if Garou doesn't have the innate sense of seeing the unseen, seeing the restless dead, yes, seeing wraiths, at least with your Garou senses you can contact, feel, see, and interact with spirits left behind that are hooked on the energy of past places, the feeling, the memories of places, the imprint that those lost lives had on the landscape. And it is not pretty. For of course, those things that they're much more powerful than much more sticky to the Umbra environment than I don't know, a kid's lullaby or the love of a mother for her child. Like those things, they seem like the dark seems disproportionate. Its world of darkness disproportionately, you know, invasive than peace and happiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When there is a bubble of peace and happiness in the Umbra, it's under siege. And those creatures, like dragons, are real. I can't but imagine that there is a dragon sitting on top of every building, you know, a dark, wingy, leathery creature, just running its private show and having a court of lesser spirits underneath, and it's full of like landlords like that in the Umbra. You know.
On your pretty side. Don't think it's gonna help to Alina's depression. She's gonna start keep on the memories that she had from the forest then.
She's suddenly becoming nostalgic of the woods. What am I doing here? I messed up.
She will feel that. She will feel that, and she will be like, no. She sees the coming on the city also part of a punishment for not being the werewolf that she should be, or at least that's what she thinks. She's young.
Oh, why does she think that? Because she couldn't read the Forest of Diabelek?
No, because she couldn't save a bison. She couldn't save her friend. She couldn't do anything about what happened in the heart of the forest with the spider. She couldn't help and do anything about what happened with Michael, with Alek in the lake. She practically didn't do anything of the stuff that she wanted. She wanted to be the herald of the spirits and guide her friends and the werewolves to do good in the forest, and everything went differently.
And what about your achievements at the heart of the forest? Because eventually Lukas managed to
yes, Lukas, not Alina. Alina didn't do anything. She was not even there. So it's also a part of jealousy there.
What does she feel
she
about?
She wanted to beat the spider.
What's her view on Alek being excommunicated?
It's the only moment that she saw some Garou justice.
Okay, so she's
she
on
got
board.
What he deserved, and still she warned them for them to do it before, but they didn't punish him, and she was not hurt again, and a great tragedy occurred because of that. And Alek should learn, and she's happy that he changed his ways now, that he will follow the wolf. Maybe he will find himself, because it was very hard. Silverfang to Silverfang, we couldn't align on anything, and he was hot-headed and lust for power. That's something that Alina doesn't like. She doesn't believe in that kind of leadership.
Yeah, it's complicated in that context, in the context of the Garou culture and nation, and with the means of communication they have. It's difficult to. How can you be a leader without being a tyrant? Or how can they follow without being just brain dead? What is it, quoi? That asks as well the question. You know, what is a wolf? What is a wolf leader? Like how natural wolves in the wild how do we think that feels? How do we think they behave, and why they behave like that? Because it seems that the alpha dominator is a bit overblown. That generally it seems that in the wild, wolves behave much more organically, and that the leadership is a more sort of like granular thing where they will swap roles, and some will take the lead for a moment or two, but when they're in cages, then they start to behave like we make them behave. Like when we take a wild animal, we put in a cage, then it becomes that beast, like it becomes that caricature of itself. So I think, like the wolf in the Garou, the wolf side finds some freedom in the human side. There is a form of freedom in humanity that the wolf cannot access, but it's another kind of cage at the same time, and vice versa.
Yes.
The human finds some kind of freedom into being a wolf, but it's as well something so visceral, so alien to him. Maybe not so alien, maybe, I don't know. It's a form of a cage. Like, are we not trying to be less beasts, be more human? Have we not divorced from our beast roots? We reflect on things, and it creates a space for freedom, but at the same time it creates a space for folly, split personalities, and inner conflicts, mirror games. An animal is completely free of that. It doesn't take suffering as something. It's an information. It's rare to see a wild animal sad. Sadness is typically human. And I think Alina in the city, she sees a lot.
To add something in that, also most herd animals, but not only pack animals and herd animals, wild animals, even when they fight each other, they are careful. I've read that's for sure. For example, when horses fight each other, they try to be careful not to use their bites and mostly use their hooves, because they know in the wild having an open wound can lead to your death. So even when you fight for your territory, you find a way that doesn't lead to cruelty. Mm-hmm. And even animals know that. That's at least how Alina sees how Alek acted in all times that he was under pressure with violence and death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not only Alek, don't be like that, others as well.
Yeah.
But he was one of her tribe, so that one of her tribe, one of her pack mates, the first person that she came to communicate with, that she was like her in her very early days.
Yeah.
So it marked her in a way.
Yeah. There is a sept in a Garou sept in. I didn't go in depth too much. Wanted to look first at what we want to do with Warsaw, with the city, and then possibly populate it more. So I don't have many names, and I don't have a list of packs and members, and there. I didn't go that
Alina
way.
will not try to come communicate with any other werewolf.
Mm-hmm. I think
She's
never.
not gonna try that.
That's understood, and that's what I had a. I saw that coming. I saw that. Felt that way too. She will, I think, nevertheless, realize that during those times, someone is stalking her. A hunter, a next level hunter, a Garou. And he will become a contact. You know? Someone you will cross path with. And I don't think Alina will ever really at this point now in time make sure if what his true intents really are. As in, like, why is he not like just inviting her for a coffee and just talk, you know, stuff, you know, like explain, you know, what is it you're on about. Seems that this guy, it's a male Garou, is he presented himself somewhat. You actually crossed path first in the Umbra. You're not sure if he's a theurge or what, but it seems that this guy is able to do stuff in the Umbra like you've never seen before. And like using shortcuts, weird shortcuts. And talking to things you thought they were things, but they're more than things. And his name is Blade. And yes, he walks about with a katana. He does. Is this real? Like, is this man like even like is he for real? Quoi? Yes, he is.
Okay, weirdo.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think that yeah, that's a name that will probably come back. There is, I think he could have asked you stuff about the threads, the one song. If you were aware of the one song. That's something that he's into, you know? And if you succeed me if you roll me something, I can give you a bit more info about him. If you roll me what would it be to roll for, to recognize someone else's tribe?
Tribe.
Intelligence.
Occult. It could be occult. It could be if it's based on knowledge of behavior. I guess it's gonna be occult. If it's something about his beliefs, maybe it would be an insider or.
Yeah,
They have physical description. No, they don't.
Roll occult. Roll occult. Roll 6 dice. And let's see if you guess his tribe. Yeah. Yeah, he's a glass walker.
It's not the ones that
Their totem.
that we had we had that guy played once.
No, he was a silent strider.
Silent Striders, okay.
Glasswalkers, they are the warders, the city warders, the they embraced the weaver. Well, they don't consider the weaver like they think the weaver is sick, but redeemable, and they surf that wave of like they totally embrace their humanity. They are the opposite of the Red Talon.
Okay. Interesting guy.
Mm-hmm. So possibly a Theurge glasswalker there.
Look, I will not deny. At first, I will deny his company. At first, but I believe that after a while, I will accept his friendship or getting to know each other. But Alina will definitely avoid talking about Pushka and what happened and what's going on right now.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to share and doesn't want to touch this subjects, but she's more willing to hear his stories and where he comes from and be understanding and support him as a person.
Okay.
If he seems to be a person that deserves that friendship and support, of course.
Okay. Well, he definitely looks like a lone wolf of the city, someone who is not used to conversing, to talking about himself. He asks couple like informative questions. He wants to know stuff, but he doesn't say why. He doesn't say who he is much. He's always answering in a cryptic ways. So it's not someone you befriend just like by inviting him for coffee and spending time with.
Lupus born? Are you lupus born? That is gonna be like my first reaction. Are you lupus born? That's why you don't know how to socialize.
Yeah. I will say, you don't need to be lupus born to be a fucking loner like me. Forget it. What do you care? But he's not antipathic. But there is something very secretive about that guy. But I think over the course of the 9 months he'll be very elusive and so it would be difficult to make more, to know more, to make more contact. And we are sort of like trying to paint the tapestry of some kind of downtime. So we don't want anything major really happening. Happening here. But there is this figure. There is that. There's a big university. There's a big train station. There are crazy street markets and flea markets. Like endless flea markets in Warsaw, with findings from all over the Eastern Bloc. Yeah, there is a cemetery, but it's not like any cemetery. It's like a city in a city. The necropolis in Warsaw is something else. The graveyard, you have a Jewish cemetery inside of it. It's humongous, and it's absolutely 2000% romantic. This old sculptures of angels and saints, and this very dark, gothic, absolutely gothic place like this. If there was a gothic place on Earth, that would be the cemetery of Warsaw, just with statues of of angels and saints everywhere, just looking, you know, overlooking the tombs and stuff, the crypts. There is an umbral side of it as well. Possibly not a place you want to spend, and particularly in the necropolis umbral, on the umbral side there, the shroud feels very entangled with the gauntlet there. You sometimes don't know if when you cross the gauntlet you enter the penumbra, or if you enter the shadowlands. Yeah.
Definitely not want to go there.
Yeah. So I think she lurked in there. You know, she had like just a quick glimpse, and yeah.
No.
It's very, very lively there in the penumbra. It feels more lively than a normal street. The Umbra across a normal street of the city. There is so much load, so much messages, so much meaning in those tombs, in those crypts. The memory of the cemetery, the necropolis of Warsaw, is very much alive. So imagine the penumbra there, it's filled with spirits. And it's like, come, you know, they're like, you know, like they all want to sell you something, you know, it's just like, come on in, stranger, come on, never see your face before. Yeah.
Oh, Papa, no.
So, yeah, to be a Garou in Warsaw, a student in Warsaw, late 80s. I guess it's something punk, it's revolution. It's just the dawn of a absolutely like new era, a complete change about to the shift is coming, and the city is, you know, is just tilting. You know, it's about to fall into Europe, quoi. But as a Garou, there is so many more facets to it. And there is a man. There were like many admirators, you know, they came and they saw you painting that mural. And you did that humongous mural. I don't know, where did you do that?
You will pick a central place that most people can see it, and to send a message, probably it's gonna be on something that represents the opposite of what we fight. So, like a big store, mostly that sells stuff, or in a factory like area, a factory, something like that.
And on those walls, you painted something inspirational, right?
Yes.
Cool. I could even see that. Imagine that she was like using half her penumbral senses to access some kind of like other state of consciousness while she was painting, you know.
Yes, that's exactly how I thought about it.
Possibly, you know, spirits came and you landed there. You landed them your instrument, you know, your body, and they through you they painted, you know. So that has resonance. It took you a few weeks, you know, to get that finished. and it was possibly struggled with the authorities. You know, you had I don't know, some of it was erased, you had to come back, fix it, you know, whatever. But at some point, I think that you had gathered as well support, not only from the local populace, human on Earth, down here, but from the spirit local as well. So they could start to sort of like make room for that print to take hold in the penumbra, and you realize that your painting changed something in the penumbra as well, and that the fauna there, the spiritual regulars there, started to the reality was changed there on the other side as well. So that had like a sort of like mirror effect, where better intention spirit came and hang around that area of your painting, and so less people were badly influenced by banes and whatnot and corrupting spirits. So that place became your painting like suddenly you had like a couple lover couples declaring there. You know, you had like picnics, impromptu picnics happening there. People started to go there to play music, busking for a bit of money, and something changed about the environment on both sides of the gauntlet. And that kind of victory felt, I think it feels like something actual, you know, something.
Yeah, it will lift your spirits, that's for sure.
So in response to that, after a few weeks, where this sort of like make those ripples on both sides of the gauntlet, in real Warsaw arrives a man who's very openly declared from the political party Solidarność. He's one of those revolutionaries that fought for the freedom of Poland, from, you know, to free the country from the claws of Moscow, Russia, USSR. So he's a freedom fighter. His name is Adam Soku. Soku in Polish means falcon. And this guy looks just like a regular, you know, good. I think he's a worker that was fired because of his political bent, and became some kind of independent reporter. Didn't work much, and is possibly becoming some kind of agent now. And he works. He now officially works for the party, for Solidarność, for Solidarity. And he comes to you with a commission. He wants to hire you. He wants to hire Alina to paint, basically to do the visual design of the entire next campaign of the party. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. Your work, and
yeah, after I see what he represents and everything, Alina will be skeptical at first, but if she hears all that he represents and his bio and everything, she's gonna be like, yeah, I want to help in the campaign.
Let's go. Cool.
Let's freedom.
That's right. That's right. I think your work will promote freedom, you know, freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom of having a husband or a wife like you want, sexual freedom, all sorts of freedoms, you know. Although it still is Poland, so I don't think they were putting much pressure on sexual freedom at the time. That was more about like fundamentals first, you know.
Yeah.
So your work will be present like on not only flyers and posters, yeah, but big billboards, and it will be like, you know, it will go on TV as soon as, you know, there's some speaker for solidarity will be interviewed. On the back, at the back, you know, there will be your design. So there will be big panels and billboards, you know, put up all around Poland during demonstration, political events, you know, impromptu demonstration, all sort of. At the time, you suddenly were everywhere.
Nice.
And you became that national symbol of. Well, if you look it up on internet, there is the official tag, the official design for the name Solidarność. I will copy and paste you in Foundry how it is written.
Yeah.
There you go. And you'll see that it's like tagged. It's like a graffiti tagged in red on a wall, and that was the design for their political party for all those years. Because it came really from you see. So I think that fits a little bit your
the style.
The style. What would be generally the what do you think is the content? How do you imagine that?
I was thinking, I'm sure I'm gonna make one that it's gonna be myself painting freedom on the wall.
Okay, Banksy
I will
style.
do a lot depiction of nature. Yeah, for sure, wolves. I was thinking like maybe I want to use my occult knowledge to hide secret meanings to each of the paintings.
Some kind
to
of
send a message to people like me. Like, for example, if they are lupines, they will know that lupines are supporting this movement.
Excellent. Yes. I love it. Yes, some hidden primal tongue glyphs. Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, or I will also put the faces of the moon in different artwork, but with in different phase,
right.
with a different color underneath, and try to encourage people.
That's nice. Alina knows that it will only take a couple months before, you know, that there were at the last moot in Puszcza was announced. The world moot, yeah, that's going to take place in the Black Forest. Is coming soon, and your caern was invited to go. So it will soon be time to make a decision. Are you going back to the forests to embark on that moon bridge and travel to the Black Forest?
Off game. Last time you said that Bison will be back. Do I know any about that? Because that would be a very good excuse for Alina to go back immediately.
But I think
because you mentioned it last time.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm thinking of a way. What could be a way? Maybe your grandmother. Well, look.
Or Lukas. I was thinking Lukas may also. Let's ask him what he was doing all this time.
Yeah.
And maybe he will contact me or.
Yeah. Any Garou can send you a messenger spirit as well, huh? You know, it's a right. It costs XP's it's not too expensive. I think a right is maybe it's 5 XP's. Huh? I was surprised at the cost the other day. But anyway, there are ways to communicate not only through a phone, you know. So yeah, we'll go check on Lukas in a moment.
There, yes.
But I think she gets the message from Fabiola. Fabiola sends a spirit messenger basically to Alina. Or maybe it depends. Robert, maybe you have an ID. Maybe you want to input something right here.
Depends on how the return is gonna be, I guess.
Because
depends how the return of the bison will affect Lukas and the heart of the forest.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, maybe shift there and see what he was doing all this time and find it on the halfway.
So one last thing before we take a quick break and we switch over to Lukas. Another person has approached Alina during that time. Possibly you saw her just a few times, only a few times, right before your return to Pushcha. So before November, right? A very lively, rushed, active woman, a reporter. From Warsaw. A reporter called Carola Mermaid. So it's obviously not a Polish family name. It seems to be more like her, her artist nickname handle. And she actually confirms, it's just an artist name. Don't mind it, Carola Mermaid. And she's writing a book about the national heroes of the new generation. But she's not sure how she wants to title it. She's working hard now on. She's basically picking the biography of multiple people, inspirational, characters of those days. Maybe she will instead call it, title the book New Poland, A Future for the Past. Well, she's excited, and stuff, and she wants you in the book as well.
Okay, I will give her an interview.
She's super excited. Well, she was very excited. Then she will come back, every for a few weeks, once or twice weekly, for a coffee here and there, and record you, and take note and tape record you.
I will mostly speak about the political party that I'm supporting, of course, and I'm gonna throw a lot of hints about saving Gaia in this interview.
Yeah. I think she encourages you to go all out on whatever is for you the true meaning of freedom. she thinks that political movements and parties are a vessel for people's aspirations, and that it is truly, in fact, everyone's aspirations that fuel those movements, and it doesn't matter the political party as long as So she's interested into like your personal story and view on freedom and all that.
Freedom is to be able to run naked in the forest. So, because forests are in danger, we need to preserve them. That's why we fight, Carla. To have the forests, to be able to feel the grass and the soil wet in the morning under your paws, your legs, your foot.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect. Good.
And every person out there needs that freedom.
Click. Thank you. That was great. They were great. Well, that's it. All right, let's take 5, and we'll check on Lukas. Okay, Rob.
Sounds good.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Auntie. So yeah, the heart of the forest. Here stuff has changed as well, and also the mirroring effect of the landscape in the penumbra changing, having a beneficial impact on nature around, and vice versa. There's this interconnectedness between the two sides of reality. The caern is doing okay. Caern has no dedicated specific link to Bison. Is the incarnation of the defender of the forest of Pushcha. So he's not affiliated with that caern in particular, but he's related to all cairns of the forest in general. But he's one of the mightiest spirits that the forest is, or he represents one of the aspects of Pushcha. As well, other cairns have changed faces. Leaderships have swapped hands and roles and back. So there were 4 major cairns, 5. And we had the Heart of the Forest, Red Rock, Cliff of Sorrow, the Fisherman Lake, and Lake Caern. Lake Caern is no more. Well, it's in a very bad state. Bad spirits roam there. The Mouth of Infinity, the lake of the Fisherman Lake. But they came for help even. They wanted to know how Lukas did it. Because since Granag left, that caern is it cannot be. They can't control it. It's becoming a mess. Wild spirits eating each other alive. There is a sort of like an disharmonious overabundance, some kind of like cancer going on there. At the Cliff of Sorrow, but it's a whole other tribe with their weird connection to They have a pack of remnant there. Russia isn't in the best state. Those months leading up to November 1989, they will be quiet months of repurposing, quietly, attempting to secure what is there and make no big moves. Those two that went after forgot whose name, Marek? No, I forgot his name. The guy who was taken to
Where he was taken?
Chernobyl. There was one guy from the Lake Caern was taken by the Black Spiral Dancers to Chernobyl. Rafał, Sincere Gust. So two went after him, Lurker and Green Light. And they came back empty-handed. Sincere Gust is there, but there are apparently there are two cairns in Chernobyl, which is like 400 kilometers away from 500 kilometers away from your cairn. There are two major cairns, it seems, with two big septs of Black Spiral Dancers, and it's infested on both sides of the gauntlet with all sorts of monsters. So they lost track of Sincere Gust, and they didn't dare, just the two of them, Lurker and Green Light, a Third Ghost Council and Ragabash Shadow Lord. They didn't dare just look further and risk their own lives. But it's like dozens and dozens of Black Spiral Dancers there, as if it was like the capital now, of the spiral. And who knows what they are doing, when it comes to rites and spiritual connections and opening portals and whatnot, and making the best of radiations. And the Dratossi was an emanation, only an emanation of that. Yeah, it was an accumulation of radiation in the lake, and it formed that colossus. But that shit has spread over the world, basically. So where's Lukas at? Where do you hang out? What do you do? Any plan during those sort of like 9 months ish leading up to November?
Well, after basically his pack kind of just went all different directions, he'll kind of hang around the caern for a little bit, but then he's like, no, we're gonna figure this out. And just before depression can really set in, he's going to make his way back to Berlin. And he'll do that mostly on foot in Lupus, since he's got the Clement Lupus. He just looks like a stray dog running down the highway. That along with, what was it called? Hold on. It was called Blissful Ignorance, where he can kind of just stay still and disappear. Mm-hmm. So between that, he'll kind of smuggle himself back into Berlin, and he's going to track down Udo. Kind of like Luke Skywalker going back to Yoda and finish his training.
Okay. I see. Back to Berlin. Yeah, I think it's up north. Berlin is a cold city in winter. I imagine that you don't wait too long before heading off and reaching the city. And I imagine that there is snow up to like March. I think in the 80s they were nice and really cozy winters. So I could imagine us again sitting on a bench, looking up at Rummelsburg Lake, and sitting side by side with Udo. I think you made quick work of locating, him and him you, and as werewolves do, sent each other. Also this connection. I mean, it's easy between two bone gnawers to read primal tongue Garou glyphs, spread across the city, hidden between graffitis and street street art and stuff. The spots. You could have helped yourself as well by asking your way around to spirits, from spirits, and Udo is in good term with most of the spirit populace of those parts. So yes, you've crossed the countries of the country of Poland, and the border between those two countries. Re-entered East Germany. Was about to turn Germany for real again, just a couple months later. It's the end of winter, and you two are sitting on that bench. He's in his typical old school trench coat with his beanie on, long grey hair, unkempt beard. Your good old friendly tramp.
Yeah, Lukas is still in the same clothes. He hasn't changed since Alina showed him the right to have them change shape with him.
That's right.
Or I guess more accurately, performed the right for him. And he's just spilling his guts about everything that's happened. From bringing the pack of wolves out of the zoo, going all the way to the heart of the forest, werewolves arguing with each other all the time. It's ridiculous. And, Victor dying, Alina leaving, as far as Lukas knows. He's not sure if she's even coming back. Alex being, for all intents and purposes, exiled. And to top it all off, the guy that was messing with the heart of the forest, the guy who was ruining the cairns, was a bone gnawer. What's up with that? So yeah, just kind of like, even if Udo's trying to say something, Lucas is just like, and then, and then, and then, and then.
I think it lasts for this meeting lasts for days. You know, you take breaks. You go for food in like second class restaurants, you know, or you just pick up junk from, you know, whatever place. You go help a couple of real model tramps. You go make a little tour in the park, check the Umbra there. There's a new cairn rising there in this park, where you used to hide as a kid. There is an actual place of power that grew up there. Are you the reason for it? You know? No one really knows, but Berlin is changing as well. Nothing new really when it comes to the Garou. Udo will confirm. No big surprise there. The Brotherhood of Wolf is losing it, and they're all they're trying to vie for power big time. But there is a split inside that tribe, and it seems that there was kinslaying going on here as well, as what do you call self-righteousness has taken a toll on Berlin, East Berliners as well, and created more problems than it solved. This guy is still in charge of the main cairn, yeah? Huntsman. Split tongue with his cat on his shoulder. Waldo is still around. And their pack and the whole guy has Vanguard. They're nearly in an open war with the other cairn, the Murdered Youth Center. And it seems that Aurelia True Gaze, she's losing like authority over her pack. But the pack of Udo, they are a tight-knit bunch, and you remember there from underground. And I think Udo will take them to you before you leave Berlin once, and you guys will have some kind of like connecting, like, some kind of party, in the underground. And so there is Baldwin, Yvonne, and Carl. Two Shadow Lords and a Silent Strider. And Udo the Bone Gnawer. Do you see so between intermittent, like sort of like escapades, going out, checking the city, being together, talking in the streets and stuff, you keep coming back to those benches of your childhood. What about your that girl? What was her name? she got interned. She got placed somewhere, and I think she was adopted. She spent a couple months, maybe a year or so, in an establishment. You know, she was reshapen, and then she was adopted. And maybe she has chance for you know, to be redeemed, to sort of like let go of her phobias. Yeah, now she was traumatized by seeing you shapeshift in front of her.
Her name was Lana.
Lana.
Yeah, I wonder if Han still works at the butcher shop.
He doesn't. He's nowhere to be seen. Udo says that he crossed the wall. He went west, and he made it.
Well, at least one of us did.
Well, my man, he goes, Udo. I think he make a spiel about where is freedom? Where isn't freedom? I hope he...
For the first time... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it seems like you see Udo is pretty down. He speaks like a wise, experienced, you know, person, but something in his Garou nature has been battered to the next level, sort of resignation. And he would speak like a wise spectator, you know. He doesn't mention the fact that he acted upon anything around him. You know, he commands, like a wise person, but he did shit. And he's not interested. He doesn't want to, you know, for him it's going down. They're all going down. It's as good as, you know, it's over already. But somewhat that's a relief. That's where Harano catches you. And that liberation, depression, you know, makes itself comfy. Makes you believe that it's okay, it's all good. It's not gonna last forever anyway. Soon it will be over, and it's like over already. Yeah, grey, very grey.
Lukas will just be a sponge for everything that Udo can tell him. And we'll kind of prod him for, you know, not so much nowadays, but 30, 40 years ago, kids still kind of respected their elders and realized that they knew things that they didn't know. So Lukas, you know, kind of sensing that Udo's either going to die or give up soon, wants to just learn as much as he can from him.
What do you think that is Lukas actually going to get some kind of understanding? What kind of light will that shed on his vision, his understanding of the world? What do you think Udo has that he needs?
Well, the one thing you mentioned was that there's been werewolf on werewolf violence here in Berlin too, so it's kind of like, okay, that's just apparently how it is. But, you know, as much as he might want to, it's not just gonna change overnight because Lukas says so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Udo is a philodox. Just like Victor was. Oh, it takes like a whole day for him to say one word after you mentioned that Victor is gone. But the first thing he says once he recovers from the news, and he went down like a fucking motherfucking hero. Just as if like
while we were at the heart of the forest, they were at the dam destroying some horrible monstrous spirit. I never got the full story. Alex was like banished or whatever you call it before we could even really find out exactly what happened.
Why do you think Alek behaved like that and tried to stop that Moira, that leader? Was she really a bad Garou?
Well, she was definitely a bitch, but I don't know if that made her evil. I think Alex just didn't like being told what to do. You know, nobody really likes being told what to do, but if the leader knows what they're doing, then yeah, do what they say. And I mean, you don't even have to be a soldier to know that when you're in the middle of battle, you don't disobey orders. That's how people get killed, and that's exactly what happened.
Shit, that was messed up. Did you guys even know at the time what kind of shenanigans they had going between Moira and Bison?
Well, Moira wanted to bind Bison, but we like went into the Umbra and like I thought we saved him or something, but I haven't seen him since. I don't know. The Umbra's weird, man. It's like a dream, but not. I don't know.
It's just like you said. It's not a dream. That is what's most weird. Enfin, it's no less dreamy than this place now, man. Look at this snow. Is this even real? We're passengers here. We're just on a trip. And they fight for freedom. And they don't even know what it is.
freedom? What would you even do if you had freedom? Like real freedom? I bet it would suck.
You know what they do with it?
Throw it away.
Well, either they kill themselves, like, I don't know, Hendrix, you know, those guys, or they become fucking party leaders, like fucking Hitler. Like, imagine if you have no limit and you have a fucking human brain to go along. What can you achieve? But it's either psychedelic or fucking Nazism. We need limits. We need traditions, we need right. With a bit of madness, okay. With a bit of, you know, a twist to it. And that's what I call freedom. That little twist, the way we do things. Our way, you know? But the rest, it's nature's work. And it's a mystery. And those who pretend to be above it, to be free of it, that's what they are. Suicidal or Nazis.
There's gotta be an in-between. I mean, okay, yeah, guardrails, I get it, but why does it have to be this way? What good does it do for us to kill each other? We should be fighting these horrible things that are polluting the planet. Yeah, humans help, but you know what I'm talking about, the evil spirits.
I don't know, man. We were given a role. Our job is we are not up for the job. I don't know. It's just that job is just like Gaia, Luna. I mean, like, I'm thankful, you know. I'm really thankful. I know that I live in a dimension that, like, no one could have, you know, even ambition, you know, feeling, seeing what I see. But the mission, I'm like, why? Like, why did you even give me fangs and claws? Like, to do what? To change the world? With fangs and claws? Are you kidding me? Give me, I don't know. Give me something else. Give me something that works. That doesn't make my case worse. I'm asking the same question as you. I don't know, Lukas. Same question. I don't have the answer, my boy. Maybe she thought the job was what you know, maybe she thought that it was a one-time job, you know, that it was going to be done like you know, like before the cave age, you know, before Stone Age, you know, before the Savage Age. Maybe she thought, okay, I need a couple warriors, I'll sort this problem out and done, you know. But then something went off rail, you know. I don't think we are built for it. It's shit, man. I'm down. Don't listen to me. I'm on Harano bad. I know it. I know it.
No, maybe we're not supposed to change the world. Just keep it from ripping itself apart.
Yeah, like a little pocket here, a little pocket there. I mean, what can you hope? Imagine being a Silver Fang. Like, imagine the pressure. I kind of get it. Like, if your boy, he was raised, imagine being raised as a Silver Fang. I kind of understand the view the boy had, like, why he would be so, you know, over the top like that. I kind of get it. Oh man, you know, my friends, the Shadow Lords, they're playing a tricky game as well, you know. They're against corruption, believe it or not. The corruption that's inside the Garou nature. They guard us not from what's outside, but from ourselves. And that's why they prevent any clan to dominate or prevail over the others. That's why they look for a division. Not to weaken us as a whole, but to weaken opportunists and tyrants. Shadow Lords, they play a weird game. I like them. I like them. My boys, they're cool. Balwin and Yvonne, no problemo. Well, they're not all the same. Huh? It's not because you're part of a tribe that makes you, you know, exemplary, you know, whatever, an archetype. So. Like True Gaze, Aurelia, the Black Fury, leading the Fist of the One Son. That girl who saved Victor back in the days. She and her pack, they rescued Victor from Split Tongue and the whole bunch. Well, she's turning weird, huh? I think, I don't know if she's not going to join the Brotherhood of Wolf. She's a Black Fury, you know, crying for justice. But she didn't get what she wanted. And now she wanna join the, you know, the grandfathers of the cause, you know? Brotherhood, the original tribe. And let go, you know, of claims and just be the message. Yeah. And she's a Philodox, and she doesn't get it at all. I don't know where Luna forgot about her. I don't know where she's getting those influences from. And that's where there is a problem as well. I think, you see, man, we're under influence, not only of Luna. The Weaver, the Worm, the Wild. They pressure us. We see it or not. It's cosmic, man. We are part spirits, and we belong to a chain, an invisible chain of Chiminage that links us to fucking the stars. And when two stars collide, you know, like, boom. You know. So, take care of your children. Take care of your closed ones. Take care of that little clearing, that little glade of yours, that little corner of paradise.
Doing my best. Do you believe they made me speaker of the caern?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why? Why me? I don't want it.
Because you were the one who didn't want to claim it. Because you're the one who were pure. Because you made no story. And spirit, they see behind words, they see behind intentions, they feel your heart. And you were pure. That's all they need to know. They don't want a big brain. They don't want someone with big plans. They want someone who appreciates, who cares. Particularly in nature, anywhere, anyway. But there, man, I wish I could. Forget it. I'm too old for this shit. If I knew it was possible, I'd fucking go. I'd fucking go to that forest. Right here, right now. Leave it all.
It is possible. It's not that far. Come on, old man. One last trip.
Roll. Roll. What? What do you want to roll? Roll it. Whatever. Charisma, manipulation.
Well, if you're gonna let me roll whatever I want,
Yeah.
I would roll manipulation.
Yeah.
But I'm really good at subterfuge, but I don't want to do that.
No, I mean
it would be persuasion.
it's gonna
It
be
would
either
definitely be
persuasion or insight. Attends, let me give you a difficulty. Difficulty is going to be... He's on Harano. He's old, he's retired. Still part of a pack. So he has ties here. And multiple ties with even many more spirits. He's rooted in here. Spent his entire life in Berlin. You know, difficulty 6.
Is there any way that little Lukas, little youngster, his renown would come into play at all? Maybe his wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which one do you want to? Yeah, I think wisdom would make sense here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So insight, manipulation, wisdom.
Yeah.
Let's go. 6 dice.
Yeah.
7 dice. So you said difficulty 6.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's do it. No. How many do I have? 1 die? No, we're going to willpower. We're going to click this. Can only roll that one. Come on. Nope. You're coming with me, Udo. Oh, I can only do 1. Damn.
Why couldn't you? Why didn't you reroll 2?
Oh, did I have 2 to be able to reroll?
But look at your roll. There are like 2 unmarked.
Oh, yeah, there are 2 unmarked.
Roll another one. 50-50 is coming.
All right. Let's go. No. 1D. There we go. Roll.
Ah.
Bang. Oh, man.
Man, he goes, thanks for the invite, bro. I'm too old. There's too many ties here. My life is here, Be 30 years younger. Fuck, I can't fucking get out of this ghetto. No, but you did it for me. Bro, you are me. We are one. We're fucking bone gnawers. Rat knows it. I got news of you, Oh, I got news of you. I'm not spying on anyone. But... Nah, I'm good, bro. Look, you take care of business there. I'll take care of business here. I'll keep you up to date. Keep you posted. You keep me posted. We have our little network. And maybe we can get something going now. Whoa. Thanks, bro. That feels different. Fucking Harano, don't get into that shit. It works on you for real. I'm happy it has a name. At least I can just like put it on the picture. Separate from me. Don't get into that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's... Speaking of, let's not dwell on that.
Yeah.
So, let me show you some stuff that I've learned, and we'll collect some of the fresh fallen snow, and head back to where Udo and his pack kind of hang out. And so we'll do a cleansing rite. So we'll take the fresh snow, an old beer can, poke some holes in it, and use it like a sensor as the melting snow, the pure fallen snow just kind of cleanses their little hangout area.
Okay. Oh, nice. Baldwin, Yvonne, the Thier Shadow Lord, and Arun Shadow Lord, and Carl Northgale, the Ragabash Silent Strider. Everyone is gathered at this little underground. Or it's possibly a different one, you know. It just looked the same, you know, but it's a different address.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
You know.
Yeah, I suppose they all start to look familiar after a while, but yeah.
I bet. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think the punks. Oh, there was Baldwin. Well, you reconnect with those old faces, you know? Sort of like maniac, secretive guy. The Arun Shadow Lord. The weird punk doing stuff on the walls. The third Shadow Lord. And the no future punk with the big hero keys, Silent Strider Ragabash. And your trench coat, Bone Gnawer. They look amused at you. It's that there is something different. There is a fascination for someone who made it out and back, and has the potential, the ability to wander, yeah, to travel, to connect, to transit. And you make that cleansing right, and there's something but I think it feels like, I don't know, there is some kind of birthday cake with a single candle that kind of like keeps snuffing out, you know, like there is a draft, and you try to blow the candle, but the draft blows it every time before you do. There's something resisting in the atmosphere, the cleansing. There is some kind of irony, some form of like how do you call this form of humor? Cynicism in the air. That sort of like spoil the energy, the right, but somewhat that hit a chord, that they connected. They connected to that, and then there is a moment for a moment the five of you will coach down and you know, sitting on those couches and just like, you know, smoking and drinking, and talking about better days. Basically, it will save a precious, some kind of like for an hour or two. Everyone will have forgotten that they're Garou. You know, they will just talk about rock and roll, and you know, that girl. You know, remember that girl. You know, and that will be something just nearing innocence. Northgale, the Ragabash Silent Strider, goes, "Oh man, where'd you learn that shit? Works like hell, fucking like drugs, man. It's better than drugs. Was that snow? Bear, I didn't know that powder has that power."
I learned it from some Garou by a lake, I think. I picked it up somewhere along the way.
Whoa. Fuck. How about Poland? How does it feel? Is it good? Polish girls are nice.
Yeah, for the most part.
Ladies?
I wouldn't know. Too busy running around the woods.
I bet. You bet. Fucking. Yeah, nice to have you, man. You're back anytime, huh? You're home here. We love you here.
Although the ZHP, the Polish Scouting and Guiding Association, those are some good chaps. They come out into the woods and they do camping and hiking and stuff, but they're not littering, they're not throwing their garbage around. They're actually learning how to survive out in the wilderness. They're pretty nice, neat guys.
Like certified hippies, you mean?
Like the Boy Scouts, and they have an American.
Boy Scouts. Oh, like the fucking murdered youths. Well, our Boy Scouts in East Berlin, you know how they ended? Oh gosh. Well, sorry, I'm just spoiling the.
So no, we're not talking about the youths. No, not the youths.
Oh man. So you became a tour guide?
No. Just some of the scouts and teenagers. You could call them like allies.
I see.
They helped me out. I helped them out. There's also a forest ranger out there. He's pretty cool too, but
I'm sure your GM will remember those mentioned. Yeah, I'm sure he'll take good notes now that it's been canonized. Thanks for the tip. He was in the Umbra. Oh look, it's him over there. Slap. Okay, Adi. Take that.
That ranger.
Wait for the right time,
Yeah. I know I'm crap with contacts and allies. I just can't get my head around that mechanic.
No, it's fine. Just I remember you told us when we went to Pushka in the first place to redo those if we wanted, since we weren't in Berlin anymore, and just the topic never came back up. So I wasn't like, I'm going to interrupt everything to tell them about these new dots I put in. I just
So the Boy Scouts and the Ranger.
Yeah, Forest Ranger, yeah.
Not so perception only.
Sweet.
But yeah, so mostly Lukas just kind of hangs out. He's not trying to be too, like invasive or anything, but he does kind of hound Udo for as much Garou knowledge as possible. And mechanically, I'm trying to learn my starting Bone Gnawer gift and starting right, which I've already selected. I just never in-game had a chance to learn it.
Sounds cool. Cleansing right and right to the forgetful record.
Yeah, and the rapid shift would be the Bone Gnawer gift.
Ah, okay, got you. Okay. Interesting. They at some point while you're reconnecting with Udo and Udo's pack, And you say goodbye, Udo. It's upon departure. You know, you're about to leave the city, and you're back in town with only him, I think. And he mentions the constellation that's around the corner. He asks if you guys going to this shit?
To the what now?
Freaking
The
constellation.
Grand Moot.
The mammoth.
Constellation.
The mammoth.
Ah, the moot.
No, not the moot.
Okay.
The fucking mammoth. It's going to be huge, man. And I don't like that. You're walking the streets.
All right.
It's busy, it's industrial. Loads of trucks. Smell shit. And that's, yeah. Well, you're about to go home. I don't want to talk politics now with you. Just, I'm afraid I have to go. I want to keep an eye on what's going on with the Brotherhood. I really have a bad feeling about this. If you go, we'll meet there.
Yeah, I think I need to go too, because when Alex was kicked out of the Silver Fangs, some guys showed up saying they were like the Brotherhood of the Wolf or something like that, some kind of brotherhood, and he ran off with them.
Right.
Well, they didn't run, but you know, he left with them. So, yeah, I think I better go.
Did they mention anything else? Like a...
Out of character, I don't really remember.
They mentioned Fenris.
We're supposed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but this hasn't happened yet. We decided that this will happen when I will return to Posta as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But
Yeah,
those two couldn't help but mention the fact that there is a brotherhood inside the Brotherhood.
Sorry, got my timeline mixed up there.
No problem, see.
But indeed, Michael said that he doesn't want Lukas yet to be entangled too much. Well, that would have happened today, but he's busy with family matters. It seems Michael won't be joining us for playing today. But
Yeah, we lost hope.
so yeah, Udo concludes. Man, I just have a bad feeling about just the future. It's not Harano here. Like, well, okay, of course. I mean, okay. I knew it's fucked up. It's okay. It's the Garou condition. But just beyond that, something is happening. It's even past the Garou nature and culture, and it's beyond us. Something big. Shit is about to hit the fan, man. Big time. Something is going to. It's just a gut feeling of an old man, like, you know, like you've got arthritis and you know the weather is about to change. When you feel it in your bone, man. Feel it in your bones. So if you bring your pack there, I don't know. Just be careful, quoi. Be careful. I mean, just stick together. Stick together, guys. I know you're used to splitting the party. We do that all the time, and in here as well. You know, a good pack is one that has, you know, that can spread wide. That's the way of the hunter. I understand that, but it has its limits. And there, this constellation, this fucking coming mammoth of a moot, gives me the chill. And I want to keep an eye on the huntsman. I know he has. This guy stinks. He when they came back from the woods after running after you, we crossed paths quickly. We were together at the Old Worlders. Yeah, I remember that one. That was good. The last time I saw you with Victor. After we showed we showed them the Gaia's Vanguard. They went back in Berlin. Their tail between their legs. No one talked about it. They didn't mention it to anyone. You became the... you were legends for a moment, the two of you. You played your part. Anyway, man, I'll let you go. Don't miss your train. I'm kidding. You're going back on foot?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why, but when I shift, I look just like any other street mongrel.
Huh.
Comes in really handy.
Some would call it a curse. Others know what it's good at. And good for.
Well, yeah, when you're at a moot trying to look like a badass and you look like a dog, all the other wolves kind of laugh at you. But hey, you know, how often are you trying to run through the streets and not get shot at versus, you know, running around in a moot?
I know, right? Alek, go. Fuck off.
All right.
I see you soon.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there.
And, yeah, nice to see you, bro.
Definitely. I'll have to do it again.
Yep. And thanks for the invite again. You nearly got me.
Hey.
I mean, I was like 50-50. I didn't know. I was like 50-50.
Still open anytime, man.
I never felt as young as just those last couple days we spent together. It's been a blessing. Thank you for coming.
Of course. We'll see you at the moot.
Yep. See you at the moot.
Before the goodbye gets any more awkward, he'll just shift to dog and kind of pad off.
Shift to dog. I know. Class. Okay.